What's up, Star Wars nerds? For this episode of Hyperdrives, I will be reviewing the brand new Galaxy of Heroes 2-pack for the Vintage Collection. This is the third 2-pack we've gotten in TVC following the Obi-Wan Kenobi and Ewoks package. Great looking packaging here. I like the photographs on the sides of the figures. There's an image of the card backs that are included. Let's get this bad boy open. Now, I do like these 2-packs as long as the pairs make sense, and so far so good with that, because if you're going to buy these figures anyways, might as well have them together in a safe package. And by the way, in case you didn't know, HK-47 was actually built by Revan, which is why the two are paired together. Let's take a look at HK-47 first. There's the Galaxy of Heroes logo. Not sure I care for that choice to go with instead of Knights of the Old Republic, but it is what it is. VC305, there's a look at the back. New style, of course. And overall, I think this is a nice looking card back. So here he is straight out of the packaging, and he comes with one accessory, this blaster rifle. It kind of looks like a shotgun to me. And let's take a closer look at the figure. Now, this is a straight reissue from an old Build-A-Droid that came in the Legacy Collection, just with some updated paint. Although I think this one is a much brighter paint, has less weathering, so maybe it doesn't look quite as good. I don't have the original to show you in comparison, but I will throw up a photo of it so you can see. Next, let's just see how his gun fits in his hand, and it's a little tricky. You can only really put it this way, or it goes over the top, and then he uses the trigger finger to kind of hold on. But he can hold it in two hands, so that's great. Let's check out the articulation. The head is just on a simple swivel, so it can't go up and down. The shoulder is also just a 5POA style swivel. He does have a hinge at the elbow that gets more than 90 degrees, so that's good. And the wrist, unfortunately, is just a swivel also, which is going to make it difficult to aim his weapon in different directions. You got a swivel crunch joint at mid chest that also gives pretty good crunch angles. And the hips are just 5POA swivel style, unfortunately. And then you've got a hinge at the knee that gets 90 degrees and a standard hinge at the ankles. No rocker ankles, of course. And just for fun, let's pull in my HK-50 droid I got from Tungori. These are the same mold, basically. I think the HK-50 color is way more cool, but it's nice to have HK-47 since he goes along with the Revan story. Overall, this is a really cool droid to have. Unfortunately, because of the lack of articulation at the wrist and the lack of weathering, it's not a great figure. All right, next let's take a look at Jedi Knight Revan. Here he is on the Galaxy of Heroes logo. Again, not my favorite choice. And the card back art is pretty nice. I think I prefer the darthrevan art used over this one, but it's still pretty good. It is VC306, and there's a look at the back of the card. I do like the use of the purple colors, and overall it's a nice looking card back. So here he is straight out of the packaging, and he comes with two accessories. He comes with his lightsaber, lit. There is no unlit version that comes with it. And he has a removable hood, so I consider that an accessory, and it is a soft molded plastic, and I think it works well. So let's take a closer look at the figure, and first impressions, this is a beautiful looking figure. I love the paint apps. I love the combination of soft plastic and soft cloth goods. It just works really well, I think. And look, under the skirt, you've got some nicely painted boots there. There's just no flaws with the way this figure looks. I like everything about it. Let's check out how his saber fits in his hand, and it fits pretty well. It's a tad bit loose, but not too bad, and looking pretty great. So let's check out the articulation. We'll take the saber off. We'll remove his hood. There's what he looks like without his hood, by the way. He is on a barbell neck, so that's great. So plenty range of motion for the head. At the shoulder, you got a ball hinge, standard swivel hinge at the elbows, which just reaches 90 degrees, barely, which to me is adequate. And then at the wrist, he does have the nice vertical hinges there, which is great for lightsaber posing, and it is the same on both hands. Again, this is a good thing for any lightsaber wielder. There is a swivel crunch there at the waist, but you don't get much angle on the crunch there, unfortunately. For the legs, you do have a barbell style hip. You've got a swivel joint at the upper thigh. You've got a ball hinge there at the knee and a standard hinge at the ankle, but with rocker ankles. So that's all good. So overall, I think the articulation is pretty good, but let's get him on the spinny to see what kind of poses we can get him in. As you can see, I can get him to hold the lightsaber with two hands, which is always a plus. But overall, this is a great looking figure. Very excited to have these two as a pair, and can't wait to get Darth Revan. Thanks for watching.